Okay, so go to customize option. So for customizing your UI, you go with this customize user interface, and there you got this option. Okay, so for this toolbar, what will be the options? So these things you can change it from here. Okay, what will be the menu, colors, all the things you can change it from here. Okay, so these things you should know, and go with this load custom UI scheme. And if there is any user interface scheme is there already set, so you can load that. So these are currently set. So dark, light, according to the color, these are named, so you can choose from here as well. Or else you can go to this customize option, and go to this custom default switcher, this option. And from here also you can choose this custom schemes. So according to that you will get the light color, according to this you will get the dark color, and this is the default option, default user interface scheme. And initial settings for your tool option, so that is initially set as max. So according to that you get this, all these tools, and layout is set. So if you choose this design viz option, so for that, according to that you get this, this will be the rendering settings, all the objects will be created by layer, the layer. So these things will be the settings. Okay, so initially we can work with this max and this default, there is no issue with that. So that is also best for us. So you can go with this cancel. So these things you just know, if you, in case if you need to change anything, so you can change those. And one more thing, that is if you go with this preference and this general, you see this scene undo, means you can the level is default set up to 20, means you 20 time can undo, more than that you cannot. So for that you can increase these levels. Okay, so let's go with this. Let me maximize this screen with Alt W is the shortcut to maximize this active viewport. Okay, and today we will look into some modeling things. Uh, Guys, I have suggested you to work with this standard primitives and extended primitives. Have you done with that? Sahil?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have saved those files after the class. Can you show me those things?
Sorry, sir, but I haven't saved, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. All right, no problem. In next time, whatever you practice, please save those. I will check those.
Okay, sure, sir.
Okay. So you can simply create with the box and chamfer box, you can create some sofas. Okay. So let me show you like that. Uh, Go to extended primitives. Let's create a chamfer box, and there you create one profile. There you make it smooth on the corners. Okay. And after that you can create the back of this sofa. So how can you easily create that? So for that we have this E option, E, to activate this rotate. And with the shift button, if I hold the shift button, and even if I go with move, rotate or scale, I will make a duplicate with this transformation. So if I hold the shift, so then I will rotate and I will create a duplicate after rotating it. And here we got this clone options, object, this copy, instance and reference. and how many number of copies will be there, so that you can define. So here I need only one, and you can give it a name as well. Okay, and after that you can change the color as well from this command panel. And copy means it won't be any linked with this duplicate object and the main object, or you can say the parent file, or from the duplicate object there won't be any linked. But if you choose this instance option, so that means you can individually also change all the duplicate objects, and as well as it will be linked with the parent object. And if you change the parent object, you can uh, change all the duplicate objects, and you can individually also change the duplicate objects. But if you choose the reference object, so in the reference object all the duplicate objects will be linked with the parent file, but it cannot be changed individually. It will be totally dependent on the parent file. So to change the duplicate objects, you have to change the parent file. So be aware of these things. According to that, you have to choose. So I will make it only instance, and so that if I change anything to the seat or anything to the back, so that will be the same, so that I'll choose this instance. See, right now I'm canceling it because when I'm rotating it with this shift, holding this shift button, it is it is being rotated from the middle, but it will make me work more. I have to move it and place it on the right position. So for that, what I can do, I can change this gizmo position. You can see this the gizmo position is set to the geometric center, right? So that I can change. So how I can change that gizmo position? So for that, I'll choose this move gizmo right now, and I'll go to the top view with T, pressing T, and I have this hierarchy tab, and there I'll choose this effect pivot only. You can call this as a pivot also. Okay, you choose this pivot, and then you move this pivot only. Okay, you move this pivot only. Okay, and if you want to precisely place it, so for that we have this snap toggle to activate all the snaps. I think you all know about the object snap. From AutoCAD you have the idea about the object snap. So same like that, we can activate this snap, so all the object snaps will be activated. So sorry. So for that, the shortcut is S. See, this is right now active. If I press S, so if you hold the right click, or if you just simply right click, so you'll get this grid and snap settings. So which snap you want to active or you want to get highlighted, so that you can choose. So you can specify the midpoint. Okay, so make sure that unnecessary snap points are unchecked, so that you it doesn't make any confusion. uh, so for that I am choosing only midpoint, and there is no OK button, so don't click on this clear all. So midpoint, and close it, and here you will snap it to the midpoint. Okay, and then after that, make sure you align to the world, so that the alignment doesn't change anything. And after that, right click, or you come back to your create, and here you see, okay, we have changed the position of our pivot. Okay, right now come back to perspective view with P. Okay, and then you can see this is the position, and suppose you need to change the position at the middle of this, so again you can change it. Okay, so now it's fine. I will press E, and with holding the shift button I will rotate it. So I will, here I will specify the angle. or else I have that transform type in option F12. With that I can precisely give the angle value, or else we have this angle snap toggle option available. So the shortcut is A. So right now it is active, and right click on it to get the settings. So here you see right now I'm in this option bar, and previously I was in this snap tab. So in this option, you see this angle increment value. You here you can specify like 95. You can specify the angle value, and then if you move it, it will directly move it to the 95. Okay, so I'm not moving it to the 95 directly. I will make it a copy, and then I will rotate it. See, and I will make it instance. Number of copies will be, or if you need to change the height, so may for that make it copy. So what is the requirement you have to select along according to that. So copy, and name it like back, and click on OK. Okay, and alt, and go to modify, and from the height option I will decrease the height. So this is not yes, okay, so this will be changed. Okay, and go to left view, and from the left view you can position it again. Go to select this, you see. So you can change that position again. The pivot, you can change it from this hierarchy. So I'm not changing it now. Okay, it's like that. And go to top view, and from this top view you can create the legs with standard primitives. With the cone you can create. So for that, let me create a cone that, and I'm creating with a normal. Okay, and I can change it from the perspective. I can go to this perspective view, and from there I can change it. There is anything to change, so I can change that as well. So let's change the radius. So that is the radius. So here you can specify the value like 70 you can specify, and the radius here you can specify like 45 or like 40. Okay, or a little bit more, 35 can specify. And what is the height? That will be minus, and that is done. You can make it more smooth with 32. All right, so that is done. And again come back to top view, and at this four side I need to place it. Okay, so for that what I will do, let me check with this. Okay, what is the width? That is 2698, right? 2698 is there. So you can choose this, and here we got this mirror option is available. So we can mirror it. Okay, you can mirror it. What will be the mirror axis? So in the X it will be mirrored, and it will be not only just mirror, it will be copied as well, the mirror. So what will be the value? So you specified like uh, 2698. Okay, so less than that, just got that, right? Okay, and click on OK. And same like that, you select these two. These two is selected right now, and I will choose again mirror. And right now, what will be the axis? Y axis, right? And if you don't know the value, you can press this way. Okay, this way you can place it and click on OK. Come back to this, and here you can place with this extended primitives. Go to chamfer box. So better you specify with the top view. So this way you switch all the view with maximizing your viewport. And from here, from this, you specify. Okay. So when you have the right value, so you can create accurately. Okay, come back to P, and there you see. So right now I need to align at this surface. I need to align with this surface. So for that, what I can do, I have this align option. I have this align option. So for that, let me check with that. This align option. Okay. This is the pivot point of this object, and this is the pivot point of this object. So let me align. So this object will be aligned with this object, right? So for that, I will select this object first, and I will go to this align option, and then with this object it will be aligned. So I will select this object. So generally it will in the default condition it will align with the pivot point, this pivot point. So I need to align with only with the Z position. So let's choose the minimum. uh, this is the current object and this is the target object. So the target object minimum means the lower surface of that object with the maximum of that target object, mean the top surface. Okay, means the top of means the maximum value of each axis. Okay, so here Z position, so the maximum Z position is the top surface and the minimum is the bottom surface. So that is aligned, and you click on apply and OK. And you go to the left view, and there you see this is perfectly aligned. Okay, and come back to
Sir,
the,
how you open the align option?
this is the option, align.
No, sir, from where we like you are selecting that axis, na maximum and minimum, that option.
Okay, yes, when you go select this object and choose the align option and select your target object, and then you get this window. Okay.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so if you want to align with center to center, so you can align with that. So the center, the center of each and every axis. So which axis you select, so according to that it will work. Okay, X position, Y position. So suppose
Yes.
you, yes, suppose one time, sometimes what happened, within one single operation, you cannot align. So for that, you apply once, again you change that, apply that, again you change that, apply that, and within 3 times or 2 times, you can align. So you don't directly OK it, you apply it first with X position. Suppose X position will be different with some and Y position will be differently aligned, right? So that you work, apply, and then again with a different change you apply, and then you finally OK. All right, so you can match the scale with the alignment. You can match the scale. Suppose you have changed the scale to that target object, and you want to match the current object and the target object scale, so you can match with that also. Okay, this alignment. So let me go to top view, and from there you can make it a mirror, or simply with holding the shift button you can create another copy of this. And let's make it instance and click it OK and go to.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, go on.
Can you please explain once again what is the difference between instance and copy?
Yeah, right. Okay. So I have done this as an instance, right? So this is the main object, this is the parent file, and this is the duplicate file. So I can individually change this duplicate file if I go to modify option. So that will be changed and that parent file also be reflected. See, okay, the both will be reflected, the changes in both will be reflected. Even if I change the main file, so there from all this will be reflected, the changes will be reflected. But if I make it copy, okay, see, I can undo it up to 20 times. So make sure you change that with preference, you change that. Okay, like this you can make it changes. So let me create that again, go to top, and with that chamfer box. Okay, so go to perspective, check that height. Okay, so here you see I have created this, and now again I will align it. With this I'll align. So set position only be aligned with this minimum. So current object, this is the current object you have selected, and this the target object. So target object with the maximum surface and the current object's minimum surface is aligned, and it is applied, and I'll click on OK. Now if I simply copy it with holding the shift and move it, okay, so then I'll just simply copy it and click on OK, number of this. So now if I change it, there won't be any connection with the parent file. So if I change the length of this duplicate object, so it will be changed only. Okay, but suppose if I change it with creating instance, so holding the shift button, I'll make it instance, click on OK. So if I change it, both will be changed. The reflection, the change will be reflected within both. Okay. Now, uh, now I can, if I again create with instance, and I can change this as individually, this as individually. Okay. All right. But if I create with reference, I cannot change this duplicate object individually. I cannot change this duplicate object individually. It is totally dependent on this parent file. See, I'm selecting this duplicate object. I'm not getting any option, any parameter options. It is totally dependent on this parent file. So these are the difference.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. So go to top. Better you can see from there. And you position it. Come back to. Okay, so this way you can simply create the sofa. Okay, with this objects. Okay, so that's I suggested that you please try with this uh, simple objects, simple primitives, standard primitives, and extended primitives. Try with different objects. Okay, placing. So you will have the idea to work with. Okay. Now let me show you how you can convert if you have any 2D shape. If you have any 2D shape, how you can convert that as well. So for that, uh, let me create once. Go to top view. Let me create one center table here. So for that, I will go to standard primitives. I will choose this cylinder over there, and I will choose up to this center and this up to height, and I'll come back to. So let me change this height a bit, and I'll change this sides so there won't be any edginess. It will be smooth. I'll make it at least 32 for better curve. Okay, and after that I'll choose this scale option and this scale. You can do this with non-uniform. Okay, to create oval shape like this kind of things I can provide. Okay, again go to top view, and you can place anything with that extended. Go to extended primitives, and suppose you want to make it a little bit creative, so with torus node you can place one thing, torus node. Go to left view, and you change the parameters. Okay, so change the radius, change the cross section segments, place it on the top like that. Okay, if you want to change the segments like that, you can change the segments. So this way, like that, there is something like that. If you want to place like that. Okay, so let's change the radius a bit. Okay, uh, this increase the radius a bit. Go to left side, so there you can see. Okay, so this is how we have created. And now if you have any 2D shape to convert, so for that you can choose with front view. You can choose front view, and for that, to create 2D shapes, we have this shape option available under this create tab. This shape option is available. So we have this line, circle, arc, rectangle, ellipse, and all these other options are available. Okay, so let me go with this line option, the default, and see this creation method. The initial type is corner, so initially you will get the corner, and according to the drag type, you can create the either spline like or polyline or smooth. So it will be the drag type, so you can choose that. So drag type smooth means you will only when you will drag with holding the left key, you will drag it and you will only get the smooth line, means there will be no sharp corner. And bezier means you can get both corner and bezier, sorry, both corner and smooth that you can get in this bezier option. Okay, so for that, let me create one flower wash shape. So for that, I'll create a straight line from here first. So I'll specify a point, and if I need to create a straight line, so I'll choose simply shift button. So as because I'm holding the mouse, so that's why I'm getting this curve. And if I need to undo, so for that Control Z will not work for this 2D shapes. Backspace will work as a undo. Okay, so as because I haven't defined anything, so you can escape it. Okay, so go to line and just click. Don't hold the left key. So then you press the shift to get the straight line. And then again, I'm just simply pressing the shift button without holding my mouse left key and then simply click. And then I had to drag. So for that, I will backspace to undo. This is to just show you that you can undo this also. So hold the shift button, and when you click it, hold the click, and then you see you are getting this option, right? And then you just simply click over there. Okay, and then again click over there and hold the click and drag it. So the small and close interval will create more smoother smoother shape and curve shape. Okay, so let me create with that. And then you close that. Okay, so again with backspace, and make sure while you're closing it, you are not holding that and you are not making it curve. Okay, so make sure that. So if you want to make it curve, so make it earlier, and like spacing placing over there. uh, Suppose you need to make it align with this, so don't worry, we can make it align later. And if you click on this, it will ask you to close this spline and close it. Okay, right click to exit from this creation mode, and right click over there, and you can go with this hide unselected. The other objects, those are unselected, will be hidden. Okay, now you, if you want to make it aligned, so for that you can convert to editable spline so that you can edit this. Okay, so right now this selection, you when you convert that editable spline means all the editable parts has the individual power, like vertex, this segments have the individual power. So for that, if you choose this and there you got this fillet option. Fillet, you increase the radius. Okay, or else if you go with this fillet option, this is already done. So for that you have to select these two now, and then you can again fillet with this. Okay, now let's search again, click this to exit from this fillet mode, otherwise you will again make it a fillet. So now select this, and here you see you can align this. Okay, so let me undo it. So for that, I'll activate this snap and right click. I will activate this vertex. So this according to this vertex, see, I'll choose this F6 for y-axis, and according to this y-axis I want to align it. Okay, so here you got that straight line. This way you can move the vertex, and you can change this handle will allow. So off this snap option, with this you can better control the curves. Okay, all right, now this is done. If you want to create fillet over there, you can create fillet. So you can give the value over there, or else you can, like holding the left key button, you can increase it, you can decrease the value over there. Okay, that way also you can create fillet. Okay, or else from here as well you can define the fillet. All right, so let's go with this. So this is created, the shape is created. Now how we can create, convert it into 3D. So for that, after selecting it, we go to lathe. So it will work as a revolve in AutoCAD. So lathe is there, and here you see it revolve around the pivot point. It revolve around the pivot point. So that is the center. It revolve around the center. So you can change from this axis. If you select this axis, you can change it. Okay. Or else, for better, for accurate result, what you can do, you remember. So right now I have already placed this modifier. So right click and you can delete this. Okay, so for that we have this hierarchy, and go to effect pivot only, and you can place it on the middle. So for that, activate the snap and go to right click and the midpoint. Okay, and come back to of this snap option, go to modifier again and go with this lathe, and what will be the degree, 360. So in this 360 degree, that is done. Okay, and come back and right click, unhide all, and here you see. So you can, what you can do with that, you can align this. So you can go with this align, select this, and what will be aligned, the X position, Y position will be aligned, not the Z position. So it will be aligned with this, the current object minimum surface, and with this pivot point. Okay, current the target object's pivot point, apply and OK, and check it is placed. Okay, and after that you can change the X and Y position. Okay, so this way we can convert our any 2D object. In the previous class I have already showed you about the extrusion command, so that way also you can create extrusion. Okay, now let me show you some, like if you have any wall. Okay, so for that, how you can create your windows over there, the cavity for the windows, how you can do that. So for that, let me create with this auto grid option. Okay, so for that, I have this compound objects available, compound objects. Okay, so for that, I will select this first, this object first. I'll go to this pro boolean. I will go to this pro boolean, and then this will be moved. Okay, I won't create any duplicate, so this will be selected as move. And then you want to, if you want to create subtraction, so then this will be selected, and after this you will choose the start picking option and you will pick that and create a cavity like this. Okay, so suppose you need to make it a single object, so that you will choose this union, and union means that is totally as a single object. Okay, so these two currently uh, converted as a single object. This is as a single unity, and we have the same thing like merge. So merge is like this will be the its own individual properties. It will be also its individual properties, but it will be merged with that object. Okay, so currently this is merged with this. If you change, if you check with wireframe, so there you can get it, this option. And now if I choose with union, and if I go with this start picking option, and if I select this, and there you see this is like this, means this is totally as a single object. Okay, and that merged as like two different object. The small box is merged with that wall. Okay, so this way we create we cut generally. Okay, now let me delete this option. Suppose I need to bend it. I need this to be bent. So for that, what I can do, I can apply a modifier. So for that, we have the modifier like bend. This bend option is available. Okay, so what will be the bend axis? So that you have to define. So for that, let me show you how this bend angle will provide the bend to that z axis. Okay, so here you will provide it to the y axis. Okay, or you will provide it to the x axis. Okay, so how it will work. All right. So for that, why it's not being bent properly? Why not? Because we don't have segments. Within this one segment, it cannot bend properly. So to create curve, I told you that we need segments. So for that, for delete this, or you can go to this chamfer box. You can add segments to this with segments option. You can add segments. Okay, minimum 32. You can add some more segments to this, so 16 segments is added. Now you can bend, so you know which is the right axis, x, and now you can give the value. Okay, you see, now we can bend. Okay, all right, now we can bend properly. So then this x-axis, what will be the limit, so that you can specify what will be the limit like that. Okay, like this half up to this, from this up to this portion, this will be bend. Okay, and what will be the lower limit from there to this portion will be bend. Okay, so that you can define. All right, see, so this is the limit. This part is only being bent, this to this. Here you see some lines are there, so you have specified that limit. Let me change that and you will see that line is being changed there, right? According to that, you're getting this limit, and up to that, see, to that part, you're getting that bend effect. Okay, so you define the bend, and according to that, you will get the result. Okay. Okay. So now we are done. So change it to default shading. So this way we can create our normal objects. Okay. So this is for today. If you have any question, you can ask me.